Day 21 of 30 Days of Gratitude in the month of November 2024. I am here to share with you 5 things on this magnificent day that I am truly grateful for. Right? So many things to be grateful for. I mean, my gosh. Wow. And as I've started this journey on gratitude, I have found that there is even a more and more to be grateful for. Like, okay, day 21 days. So yesterday, 5 times 20 is 100. So yesterday we did 100. We achieved 100 gratitudes in the first 3 weeks of November already. Now we're going to go 10 more. That's going to be 150 things that we're grateful for just in 1 month. Well, that's if you do 5 a day. But I invite you to do whatever you would like. All right, so kicking it off right now, I want to say number 1. The thing that I'm grateful for is this color. Don't you love color? I mean, look at this aqua. Isn't it beautiful? I love my sweatshirt. It says aloha on it. I don't know, maybe it says a whole lot on it, depending on if it's flipped it for you or not. I don't know how those things work. In any case, I love this color, but more than anything, I love color. Think about it. What would the world be like without color? Kind of be pretty drab, like a black and white world, you know, where there really wasn't a lot, a lot of contrast, a lot of visual candy. Think about that. So color, so I love color. I love reds and blues and pinks and greens and purples, right? All the beautiful colors. And there are so many colors. When I'm painting, I love to blend colors and make new colors and create colors. And colors just so magnificent. Right now we're having the experience of fall. And so the color of the leaves as they turn from a dark green to a brilliant yellow or orange or red color. So I'm grateful for color today. It's one of the things I'm grateful for. Another thing that I'm grateful for is, it's starting to get a little chilly. A little chilly here in St. Louis, starting to get a little cold. So as the temperature's dropping, this opportunity to build a fire in our fireplace arises. And so we built our first fire last night. And this beautiful fire blazing in the fireplace, so warm and cozy, because the weather has to be just perfect. It has to be just cold enough for a fire, right? You get the fire burning, a glowing embers. It was all beautiful. And so we were sitting there in the fire and just loved this time of year. And actually, we woke up this morning and I lit another fire again because it was just, I don't know, something about sitting in the morning with your coffee, sitting in front of the fireplace, listening to that crackling sound as that fire is just spitting and just glowing. Ah, so warm. So number 2, fire, the fire of a fireplace, that warm feeling. Number 3, these are all very disjunctive. Normally I try to have like a theme running throughout the day, but this one's all over the place, so you have to forgive me. So you went from color to fireplace, and now we're gonna go to yesterday was my cryptocurrency day. Yesterday, I actually opened up a wallet on Coinbase, and I bought my first cryptocurrency. I'm so excited about it. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm only investing a little bit. It's not like I'm investing a lot of money or really taking a lot of chances. In fact, I decided to play it safe, but I just decided to play. They say, if you want to win, you have to at least play. So I'm playing. So I just got a little bit in there, but I opened up I made my little first investment in Bitcoin. Like I said, playing it safe. And my wallet's Coinbase. Like I said, playing it safe. And so, and I'm just going to hold it for a long time. And whoever knows how long that'll be. And it's going to go up and down and up and down. And I'll be rich and I'll be poor. No, I'll never be poor. I'll be rich and I'll be not so. I'll be less rich. And I'll be more rich and I'll be less rich. And I'll be more rich and I'll be... just like that. It'll be just like that. And it's going to be so fun. And I just wanted to jump in on the excitement because there are so many people that are excited about it right now. And I thought, you know what? Even if I just have a little bit in there, I can celebrate with the wins too. Yeah! why? Because I know some people, they're winning. I mean, you're not winning big, but they're winning. Don't we love to win? Love to win. So I don't know. I'm just never had the. I mean, I was curious about it before, but boy, it's a lot to understand. And I felt really intimidated. That's probably why I didn't do anything with it in the past, because I felt so intimidated by trying to understand like the blockchain and what all that means and yada yada. Now, I have a better understanding of it for sure. Can I explain it to you? Absolutely not. But do I kind of get it in my own brain? Yeah, I do. So, I think that there might be something to this. I'm making sure that I'm not investing more money than I'm willing to lose. Absolutely. So I'm not being wild and crazy. And I just want to play the game. I just want to be a part of the energy. So that's a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about being in the crypto market. That's fun. Because there's a lot of buzz going on right now. I guess that's maybe the same thing like if you were in the stock exchange right now. I think there's a lot of buzz going on there too. Yeah, I think so. All right. Number 4. You know how I don't know, maybe some of you aren't as old as I am. I'm 63 years old and I have some adult children. I have 4 of them actually, and they're all adult. And they're all in their 30s and 40s. And so yesterday, I got to spend some more time with my son. It's always a blast to be with my son. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I cherish every time that I get the opportunity to spend time with him, because he's amazing. He's brilliant. He's so much fun, and he's been going through a rough patch in his life. And there was a time as a mom where I was like, you know what you should do? Let me tell you. And then I realized that that really probably wasn't my role with him. My role was probably to just love him. And even though he was making some choices for his life that I didn't really think were good choices, I had to step back and allow him to take responsibility for his own life. And so, I had to kind of withdraw from being that mother that was like, I know what you need. I have the best information for you, or whatever. This is what you should do, or you need to do this, or you need to go get that, or you need to get rid of this person, or you need to become this, or you need to. And what I found when I was like there and that you need to whatever, I was always like with advice, and granted it was all coming from a place of love. That's not the way that he felt about it. He felt, like kind of judged and kind of, like when it, like that I didn't think that he was whatever, but he felt like he didn't have the ability to make good decisions, or I didn't think that he had the ability to make good decisions on his own. And so then he didn't really want to be around me, because when he was around me, then all I was doing is always telling him what he should be doing, rather than celebrating just who he is for being alive and being my son and all that stuff. So I stopped doing all that. And when I stopped doing all that, it changed. Our relationship changed. It started to slowly change. It didn't happen overnight. And I started doing it a long time ago, a couple years ago, where I was just like, I'm just going to love you through this. I don't understand what your soul path is and the journey that you're on. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that I do not know what's best for you right now. I don't. And I can pretend like I know, or I could, but I don't. I really don't. And so I'm just going to love you. And I'm just going to pray, that you're going to figure this out. And I'm going to trust in your highest wisdom and your highest self that you're going to get through this. And as your mother, I'm just going to hold space for you and just love you. And so I got the opportunity to love him yesterday. Loved him, loved him, loved him, loved him. And also, to practice loving him in a really beautiful way, in a way that wasn't putting him off, or, making him feel like I was judging him, or that I didn't approve of his life or what he had chosen for himself. How can I not approve of him? He's my son. He's like the sunshine of my day. He's the moon of my night. Yeah. How can I not love that and love him? So I got to spend time loving him, which is always awesome. It's always a great treat. And he stayed with me, and the agreement is he stays with me as long as he wants to. And when he's done, he says he's ready to go home. Absolutely, let's go. I'm ready to go. I'll take you home now. And we go. And so it was just a beautiful time, and I'm looking forward to the holidays coming together because I get to see him a little bit more often and connect our heart spaces. And I don't know, I guess something happens to you the older that you get, the more that you understand about relationships. And you're not so fussy anymore, like I used to be fussy and I'm not. And I love that about me. I love that about me. So I could say that would be number 5 for me, is that they're not fussy anymore. I could just love people and not be fussy with them. It's a work, you have to work on that. It can be challenging sometimes. But when you're committed to walking the path of love, love will find a way for you. Love will show you how. Love will. So that was number 5, but I have to tell you, well, maybe not necessarily so much here, but on Facebook I had posted what I found in my neighbor's yard yesterday, which was a raccoon in a trap. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on? And my dog actually had found it because I had left the gate open. Because I like to leave the gate open in my backyard so that the wildlife can come through my yard and they can eat on my plants and stuff. Because it's food out there. So I love that they get to walk through my yard. So I keep the gate open so that they can get in and get out. And so I had realized that I had left the gate open, so I took a moment to go walk around the side and check on Keone because he was in the backyard and I didn't see him anymore. So I went to go check on him, and he had run out the gate and run over to our neighbor's yard, which he does all the time. It's not a thing. So then I'm like, Keone, and he kind of looks at me and he kind of comes a little closer to me and then stands. And so he's looking at me, and I'm like, he might hear his name. So I said, Keone. And he wouldn't come to me. So then I looked, and up at the top of the hill, there was this raccoon. And so I saw this raccoon, and I'm like, oh, Keone, come here, come here, come here. So he came to me, and the raccoon was on the hill, and the raccoon was just looking at me like this. And so I was like, oh, raccoon, we're good. We're not going to bother you. We're just moving along. Keone, get over here. Get in the backyard. But as I turned and walked away, and he saw that we were leaving, he began to like roll in the grass. And so when he was rolling around in the grass, I noticed that he had it looked like maybe he was rolling in the same spot, like he wasn't going anywhere. So I'm like, what is going on? This doesn't look right. Maybe he's caught on something. So I go back and I look a little closer, and he's caught. He's got this cylinder around his hand, because raccoons have hands, and it's attached to this chain that's attached to this plate that's nailed deeply into the ground. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. This is a trap. My neighbor has set a trap for this animal. And then we look around and there are 2 other traps in my neighbor's backyard. And this is a backyard that our dog runs in every day. We never knew that there were traps out there. I don't even know how long he's been having traps out there. We've lived in this house for 17 years. I've never seen any traps, or I've never seen any animals that were trapped. So I see this raccoon and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So I'm looking at the chain and everything. I actually get a little bit closer than I should have. Nothing happened though, because I was resonating the energy of help. I was here to assist. I was telling the raccoon, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you we're going to figure this out. We're going to get you out of this. And so we ended up getting a bucket. We were able to put it over the top of it and then slide the lid up underneath him, then flip the bucket over, release his hand from the cylinder, and he was taken to the wildlife sanctuary. My girlfriend came over and with the bucket and everything and took him. So they took him. They took a look at him. They stated him because they had to x-ray his hand to make sure, to see what condition it was. And so what we were told is that if the hand is intact and just needs to be recuperated, rehabilitated. He'll do rehab here, and then go back. He'll go back to the neighborhood where he lives. And she says, and if um, something's wrong with the hand, and we're not able to rehabilitate it, then we'll have to euthanize him, and her. And I get it, because he needs he or she needs both of his hands to eat, right? Because they actually have like little fingers, and so that all happened yesterday morning. So today we were thinking about, we have the telephone number we can call to find out what they found, and whether or not he was euthanized. And so I decided that I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know. I'd rather just sit on the 50-50 chance that he's still alive, she's still alive, rather than call and have them tell me that the hand was too badly damaged and they had to euthanize him. I don't know. So I didn't call, and people have been asking, I know that the animal arrived at the sanctuary. And then just before making this video, our friend from the wildlife sanctuary called, and she said she just received a call from them, and the raccoon's hand just has minor damage, which I'm so happy for. And that they're going to be able to release him tomorrow. He's okay. She's okay. So they were asking permission to release the raccoon in our yard. And I said, of course. And we also took up the other traps that were in the yard yesterday from my neighbor's house, and we put them in a box and let our neighbor know that we'd appreciate it if he just didn't put traps, in the yard where our dog runs often. But more than anything, it's important for us to see suffering in the world. If we can respond to it, it's our responsibility, If we can ease that suffering, right? So I'm grateful. I am grateful, right, for the relieving of suffering. And that's why I cry, Asma. Annie and Lisa. Yeah. Because it's important for us to be a voice for the voiceless. It's important for us to stand up and speak to advocate for those that cannot advocate for themselves. As lovers in this world, loving each other, loving life, loving the world, it's important for us to, express that deep compassion for all beings. So it's really a gift to love that much, right? It can be painful, but I saved that little raccoon. And I'm so grateful. My heart feels so happy about that. And sometimes, Asma, we cry for joy. Sometimes we cry for joy. All right, there's my 5 gratitudes for today. Grateful, grateful, grateful. I think maybe I even had 6 in there. Doesn't matter. There's so many things in life to be grateful for. Express your gratitude, express your love. Go and be a vibration of love in the world. Do what you can to ease the suffering in the world. You can even just send love and light out from your heart right where you are. And that brings healing to the world. There's so many things that we can do. We're so powerful and so beautiful and so many things, right? So go make it a beautiful day. List your gratitudes here, because when you list your gratitudes in the comments below, we've done 100 gratitudes so far in the 21 days. 105 now. Maybe a little more, because some had a little extra on them. And all the things that you're grateful for. When you start really thinking about the good life that you're living and all the gratitude that you have for everything that's present in your life, guess what happens? More things to be grateful for occur, show up, just out of nowhere. It's so beautiful. All right. I love you. I love you. Love you. Have an awesome day. Aloha for now. And I will see you again